Fortnite has trolled us countless times over the last few years, and now they did it again. This month, a new challenge was leaked telling players to touch grass, and while we patiently waited for its release, they scrapped it, hinting that it's probably too hard for us. And if you remember last year, they kept posting the same image of Sergeant Winter. So many people were calling him out on it. Instead of learning their lesson, they decided to double down, and last month they began to post Sergeant Winter constantly. He was the face of Fortnite, becoming the profile picture, with Epic showing a folder of 378 copies ready to post. Well, after we made fun of them all those years ago, they were now punishing us with endless winters. It was a nightmare. That's not the only time they messed with us. For a while, we have roasted Fortnite for having some really useless tips on the loading screen, and instead of changing them, they began to post even more ridiculous advice. It's 2024, and they're still telling us that finding an open door means someone else has already been there. I mean, geez, Epic, thanks for the life-changing post. You know, it's been a while since the last update when Fortnite has to troll us just to keep the Twitter page active. And while we're all waiting for new content, instead of keeping us entertained with meaningful updates, they released a hotfix that added Crash Pad Juniors? Probably the most pointless item in years, and that's what they give us? Surely they're trolling. And we definitely felt betrayed when the Invincible collab was leaked. This blew everyone's mind. Omni-Man of Fortnite, it's an insane crossover, so we couldn't wait to get our hands on it. Once the date had been announced, we sat in the item shop waiting for that timer to hit 0, only for the shop to refresh, and Invincible was nowhere to be seen. Instead, we got Rick rolled. It's not the only time a cartoon character humiliated us. With the release of Peter Griffin, Epic decided to add him as a boss in the map. To give you even more reason to fight this guy, he dropped a medallion and the best shotgun of the season. So we rushed into battle, only for him to be so annoying. Not only could he dance to heal himself, but Peter had an exclusive item that's not even in game. A boogie bomb? Are you kidding me? He can snipe you from miles away with this thing. It's not just players that Fortnite trolls, sometimes mega corporations can get hit in the crossfire. Epic's arch nemesis right now is Apple. They have spent years fighting these guys in court, with the original joke being a parody of a 1984 Apple ad. Well, sadly, that got destroyed in the lawsuit, with Epic losing from all sides, even in the Supreme Court. Now, Apple is trying to get them to pay $73 million in legal fees, and in response, they updated the item shop with Bring It and Make It Rain. Okay, one of the funniest trolls we've had this season was the release of Jam Tracks. Every week, 2 new songs are added to Fortnite Festival, and when these dropped, the devs forgot to add images to the tracks. Instead, an incredible placeholder was revealed. This song doesn't have album art yet. This was the end of a long drought in the item shop. We had weeks without any new content because Epic were on vacation. Every day we watched as the store refreshed, only to find nothing interesting. When they finally came back and dropped new outfits, they decided to troll us for being mad about it. Right next to the skin, they had a breaking point and Steam emotes. Then, with the Ageless Explorer, they put Job Well Done, which is a simple joke that went over a ton of players' heads. But I really don't understand why they ruined Fortnite's best tradition. For the latest Winterfest, we lost Crackshot's cabin for the first time ever. Each year we expect this, since it's the community's favorite part of the event, but this time around, it was completely missing from the lobby for no reason. Instead, Epic trolled us with a boring 2D menu where we didn't even get to open presents or explore the cabin. We just pressed a button and got an item. We all like a good prank, but canceling Christmas, that's too far. Not the only change that confused everyone. Recently, the timer from the item shop completely vanished. We all just assumed it was a glitch and reported it to Fortnite Status, who said they were looking into it. But it's only for them to later confirm it was done on purpose. The timer is now gone for absolutely no reason. Imagine if you get home from school to buy your favorite skin, only for it to rotate out early. It's a ridiculous troll. And it wouldn't be the first time they trolled everyone with the schedule. During Fortnite Mares, leakers revealed that Michael Myers and Jack Skellington were coming to the game, and we were just days away from a real-life Friday the 13th. As the date approached, it was pretty obvious they would drop. I mean, who would miss an opportunity like that? Well, instead, the store reset, only to hand us a bog stick. Gross. Fish Stick wasn't the only familiar face to bait us. With Chapter 5, Peely has been kidnapped by a mysterious society, and their logo was a golden hand. Immediately, we all drew connections to another famous hand, the Midas Touch. Some players thought he was coming back, especially when a golden chair was spotted in a secret attic. To make things worse, leakers found an upcoming LTM called Midas Presents The Floor's Lava. All the signs are pointing at a grand return for the most famous character in the storyline, only for nothing to happen. He's totally absent from Season 1, and it continues the longest running troll Fortnite has ever done. Although they've been messing with players for a long time. Before Battle Royale even existed, they were giving out the funniest fake advice.
If the Holo Kiosk is presenting as a personal computer, press Alt F4.
Okay, if you somehow don't know, Alt F4 doesn't end well. Back to Battle Royale, they added a weapon that has been pranking us for weeks. Everyone was hoping to see the return of the Scar, especially after its success in Fortnite OG. So we logged in, and there it was, right on the ground. All that's left to do is pick it up, and wait, this is a Striker AR? You kidding me? And that's not the only thing we're waiting on. A year ago, this Peely backbling dropped in a crew pack, and everyone knew exactly what this meant. It was a part of a concept by Denny named Monkey. This adorable little guy was clearly about to drop, and leakers would find more evidence when they discovered a texture belonging to Monkey's pickaxe. Well, now we're in 2024, and he is still nowhere to be found. Either they're trolling us or taking forever. But they are really messing with us when it comes to the locker. With the Chapter 5 redesign that turned our skin collection from the classic gallery to this new layout, and if you noticed, the rarities are gone. All the skins look the same, and it was impossible to tell who belonged to what category. After a ridiculous amount of complaints to fix the rarities, allowing us to finally, they only added the exclusive ones. Yeah, because I totally can't tell the Joker is a DC character. They gotta be messing with us at this point. Especially when you discover the weirdest loot drop in Fortnite history. At Grand Glacier, players heard the sound of a chest, but couldn't figure out where it was, until they approached this deer. It looks like the people at Epic were in a silly, goofy mood and decided to bring a new meaning to finding booty. When we interrogated them, they just said explaining would be a pain in the butt. Okay, alright, that's pretty funny. Something that isn't is how painful the Juice WRLD saga has been. Epic has been leading us on for years now with a potential Juice WRLD collab, and it still hasn't happened. He's appeared in the two most recent concerts, with Ariana Grande and Eminem hosting a small cameo. And that's been paired with multiple teases from Juice's own manager that they will be working with Fortnite on something special. The icing on the cake was DMCA strikes that went out claiming his songs belonged to an upcoming concert, only for them to be debunked as fake. We're literally getting trolled from every direction here. And this extends to the fake Lamborghini. I mean, technically, yes, they did add them to the game, but it's not actually a car you drive around. We quickly realized it would be a cosmetic in the item shop, and in return for thousands of V-Bucks, you could get the look of a Lamborghini with the power of a whiplash. Well, that completely threw us off. At least they didn't ban it for a year. Turns was an outfit that lost a community choice vote in 2019. While most fans were angry about this, the rest wanted to see him release. 362 days later, Heartstopper's image had a secret message. Just wait till you see what comes tomorrow. No one knew what to expect until the next day when Turns appeared, exactly 1 year after he lost the vote. And when you checked his image, it was a message from Epic. It's finally here, we did it. It took you long enough. They even troll us in real life. Fortnite has done promotions all the time, and this usually involves a real phone number that fans can call. This will lead us to an Easter egg or some kind of teaser, and well, almost 100% of the time, it's just plain static. The one time it actually had a message, they ended it with Meowscles coughing up a hairball.
Agent, oil rig operation confirmed.
One of the craziest decisions in recent memory has been the launch of Fortnite OG. Sure, it single-handedly brought over 100 million people back to the game, which was a ridiculous success, but we all felt like it was missing something, and that's because, well, it was. Despite being an OG season, Epic didn't give us any of the first 4 seasons, and when it came to 8, 9, and 10, there was basically nothing to capitalize on the nostalgia. And probably the most damaging troll of all time, we expected famous POIs to return like the Volcano, Mega Mall, even Neo Tilted, but all we got were these tiny pirate camps instead. I know it's meant to be an alternate timeline, but they didn't have to be that dedicated to the joke. Now, Fortnite has trolled Ninja, Tim the Tapman, and a whole bunch of other YouTubers we covered in part 1 to this video. Click on screen now to check it out. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.